The morning sun cast long shadows over Sarah Tran's immaculate backyard as she knelt beside her prize-winning roses, pruning with care. 3 years of relentless effort had turned her half-acre lot into a suburban masterpiece, every plant perfectly positioned, every stone path pristine, the irrigation system a work of precision. Her latest triumph, a shimmering infinity pool installed last month, seemed to melt into the horizon. After endless permit disputes with the city, Sarah had realized her dream. "Mom, can we swim yet?" her 9-year-old daughter, Ava, called from the kitchen window. "After lunch, sweetie," Sarah replied, brushing soil from her gloves. "The chemicals need time to settle." A loud crack shattered her Focusa baseball rolled across her flawless lawn, followed by the splintering of wood. "Sorry," a young voice shouted from the neighboring yard. "The Wilsons?" Sarah's jaw tightened. Since the Wilsons moved in 6 months ago, it had been a constant battle, blaring music from late-night parties, and now the 5th baseball this week to crash into her garden. She strode to the property line, where a fresh splinter marked her cedar fence. Through the gap, she saw the Wilson boys, 3, aged roughly 6 to 13, playing in their weed-choked yard. The oldest, a lanky kid with tousled blonde hair, was climbing the fence to grab his ball. "Excuse me," Sarah called, her tone firm but calm. "Can you be more careful? You've damaged my fence." The boy froze, then dropped back. Moments later, Diane Wilson stormed out, her sharp features twisted with rage. "Are you serious?" she screeched, loud enough to startle birds from nearby trees. "It's just a fence." Sarah inhaled deeply, steadying herself. "I'm asking for a little respect. This is the 5th time this week." Diane's face reddened, her arms flailing. "Oh, save your perfect garden drama. Maybe if you weren't so obsessed with showing us up, we wouldn't have problems." The word stung. Sarah had worked grueling 60-hour weeks as a software developer to afford this home, this haven. Every flower, every stone was a testament to her sacrifice. "I'm not trying to make anyone look bad," she said evenly. "I just want to protect my property." "Your property?" Diane's laugh was sharp and bitter. "That pool's probably illegal. Bet you skipped the permits." Sarah's patience thinned. "Every permit was approved. I have the documents." Diane's eyes glinted with spite. "We'll see about that. I'm calling code enforcement. And if another ball hits your precious yard, you'll learn the world doesn't spin for you." She turned and stalked back to her house, leaving Sarah shaken, a dark feeling this was only the beginning. An hour later, the doorbell rang. Through the peephole, Sarah saw a tired man in a city polo, clipboard in hand. "Mark Evans, code enforcement," he said. "Got a complaint about unpermitted construction." Sarah's stomach dropped, but she invited him in, showing every permit, inspection report, and approval stamp. Evans shifted uncomfortably as the evidence mounted. "Everything checks out," he admitted. "Someone gave us wrong info. Sorry for the hassle." As his truck pulled away, Sarah caught Diane glaring from her kitchen window, her anger radiating across the distance. The afternoon offered no reprieve. While helping Ava with a school project, Sarah heard shouts next door. Through the window, she saw the Wilson boys hurling water balloons, using her fence as a shield. "Stay inside," she told Ava, stepping out. Her heart stopped. Balloons had soaked her roses, muddy footprints trampled her vegetable patch, and the middle boy, about 8, had slipped through the fence gap into her yard. "Hey," Sarah shouted. "Get out of my yard." The boy, clutching a balloon, froze. Then Diane's voice cut through. "Don't listen to her, Noah. She can't boss you around." Sarah was stunned. "This is private property. He's trespassing." Diane appeared, phone in hand, sneering. "It's a backyard, not a vault. Kids will be kids. Not in my garden." Sarah snapped, pointing at the ruined roses. Diane's mock pity was venomous. "Oh, poor you. A little water won't kill your flowers. Stop being so controlling." Sarah's patience broke. "Get your son out now, or I'm calling the police." Diane's face lit with malicious glee. "Perfect idea." She raised her phone. 911. "I need to report a woman threatening kids, trying to stop them from playing in their neighborhood." Sarah's jaw dropped as Diane wove a wild story of harassment, painting Sarah as a menace who despised children. "Her pool's probably illegal too," Diane ranted, pacing theatrically. "She's yelling at my kids over a stray ball. I'm scared she'll get violent." The lies were so absurd Sarah felt trapped in a nightmare. She pulled out her phone, hands shaking. "This is harassment," she said loudly, recording. Then she saw something chilling. Noah wasn't just in her garden, was destroying it. Under Diane's distracted gaze, he ripped up herbs, crushed seedlings, and flooded her irrigation channels with balloons. His brothers joined in, tossing dirt and rocks, turning her yard into a war zone. "Stop!" Sarah yelled, rushing forward. "You're destroying months of work. Don't touch my kids!" Diane screamed, though Sarah was yards away. "Officer, she's charging them." Sarah kept filming, capturing the chaos. Then the oldest boy grabbed a decorative stone and smashed her pool house window, the glass shattering with a piercing crash. Amid the debris, Sarah spotted something behind her pool equipment, a weathered plastic bag with small white packets. Her pulse raced. Diane's hostility, her paranoia, her obsession with keeping Sarah away from the fence, it all made sense. Diane wasn't just a bad neighbor. She was hiding something dark. Sirens wailed as Sarah's mind raced. Her phone recorded as Noah, furious, shook the bag, spilling packets onto the mud. "Put that down." Diane's voice broke with panic, her 911 act forgotten. "Noah, get away from there." Too late. The boy held up a packet, puzzled. "Mom, what's this?" "Drop it," Diane screamed, scrambling over the fence, crushing Sarah's last roses. Sarah zoomed in, capturing the drug packets and Diane's terror. Car doors slammed as Officer Karen Hayes, a keen-eyed woman in her 40s, arrived with her partner, Officer Lee. They took in the scene-wrecked garden, broken glass, kids scattered, and 2 women in distress. "I called 911. Diane gasped, tangled in the fence. "This woman's harassing my kids." Hayes' skeptical eyes scanned the damage. "This is harassment." She threatened them. Diane shrieked. "They're in my yard," Sarah said calmly, holding up her phone. "I've recorded everything." Diane lunged for Noah, trying to grab the packet. "Stop," Hayes ordered, hand on her belt. "Everyone freeze." Diane, frantic, stammered. "It's not mine. She planted it to frame me." Sarah nearly laughed. "I framed you with drugs in my own yard." Hayes stepped forward. "Hand me what you're holding." "I want a lawyer," Diane snapped, clutching the packet. The words were as good as a confession. Officer Lee began photographing, then called, "More back here packets, cash," behind the pool equipment. Sarah's knees buckled. Her sanctuary had been a drug stash for months, and Diane's hostility was a deliberate distraction. At the police station, Sarah sat in a cramped interview room, her phone linked to Detective Maria Lopez's laptop. They reviewed the footage, Diane's panic over the packets damning her. "She knew exactly where to look," Lopez noted. "This wasn't random." Sarah nodded, recalling Diane's outbursts whenever she neared the fence. "She kept me distracted with fake drama." Lopez leaned back. "Classic misdirection. Focus you on petty fights so you miss the drugs." Evidence mounted. A duffel bag from Diane's closet held more packets, scales, and cash. The Wilsons' house was a drug hub, Sarah's yard a spillover stash, chosen for its alley access and Diane's ability to frame Sarah as the problem. The Wilson boys sat with a social worker, their innocence gut-wrenching. Noah proudly showed a drawing of secret games hiding presents in Sarah's yard. The eldest, Ethan, mentioned late-night visitors trading presents for money. Lopez swore softly. She normalized drug trafficking for her kids. The operation was bigger burner phones, coordinated pickups, a network beyond Diane. Then a radio call broke through, a break-in at Diane's house. "They're moving fast," Lopez said grimly. "Stay with your sister, Sarah." But Sarah, gripped by fear, had downloaded a police scanner app. Hearing activity at her own address, she drove to an abandoned warehouse, overhearing Viper and Hawk discuss a $200,000 loss and her surveillance footage. "She's seen too much," Viper said coldly. "We need to clean this up." A text buzzed Ava, leaving her after-school program, a black sedan nearby. Another message, Warehouse 47. "Come alone, or your daughter pays for your meddling." Sarah's blood froze. They'd lured her here. Armed men closed in, their leader calling, "MS. Tran, cooperate, and this'll be easier." Desperate, Sarah noticed steam rising from old chemical vats, possible diversion. As the men advanced, Lopez's team ambushed, gunfire erupting. Amid the chaos, Another text, Ava in a sedan, with a demand to meet at Pier 19, alone, with all footage. They have my daughter, Sarah screamed. Lopez's face paled. The warehouse was a distraction. The real players had Ava. Sarah stared at the Pier 19 address, a desolate spot perfect for vanishing someone. We'll set up surveillance, Lopez urged, but Sarah shook her head. They'll kill her if they see police. Pocketing her phone, Sarah felt a shift. The woman who'd worried about roses was gone, replaced by someone forged in fear and fury. Diane Wilson thought she could manipulate a suburban mom. Now, with Ava's life at stake, Sarah was ready to show just how dangerous a mother could be when everything she loved was on the line.